Well, we've been hearing about a lot of questionable planning from Ottawa police during the 3-week standoff with downtown protesters. Now, today at the Emergencies Act inquiry, we're getting perspective from inside the Ottawa Police Service. Interim Chief Steve Bell is testifying right now. Let's listen in live.
Overall issues, specifically to the Freedom Convoy and the events around that. That was flagged, as you say, through a Hendon report around January 13th. Superintendent Patterson and I began having discussions on it in and around the 20th, and the briefings to me in terms of the activities that they were taking, ensuring that the information was flowing, would have been on a regular basis.
I heard January the 20th. Did I hear it correctly?
Would have been in and around that week. I can't say which was the specific date through that week, but that's when it would have been flagged and raised in prominence that we did begin discussing it.
Mm-hmm. Now, we've spoken to the former chief slowly, and I expect that he may give evidence that he became aware. Well, he was in receipt of the first Hendon report as of January the 13th, and he forwarded a copy of that report to you. What's your recollection?
So my recollection is that I did not start receiving the Hendon reports until the 27th of January, and that was through discussion with Superintendent Patterson. So I don't recall, and I don't have in searches. I don't believe I received that report.
Now, we've also spoken to Inspector Bryden, and during his interview, he informed us that he received a copy of the January 13th Hendon report from Superintendent Patterson. Do you have any recollection at all that you received any Hendon report before the 27th?
No, I didn't. No, don't have any recollection. And we've searched to our database to identify when I did start receiving them, and it was on the 27th of January.
Now, as one of the deputies assisting the former chief, and you were tasked with the intelligence responsibility, do you recall any discussions you had with the former chief about your specific assignment with respect to the Freedom Convoy events?
Oh, absolutely. The chief slowly indicated when we began to discuss it. We also had morning command calls from 9 to 10 a.m. And during those calls, we would discuss issues that had occurred and emerging issues. The issue of the Freedom Convoy came on our radar in and around that week of the 20th. I can't specifically identify the day. And we had discussions, and there was clear discussion around intelligence responsibility to be involved and identify risks and threats and make sure that we were informing any sort of planning that was going to occur around our response.
I understand that Mr. Slowly, the former chief, made it clear that he wanted all operations to be intelligence-led. Is that your understanding too?
Oh, absolutely. One of the things that Chief Slowly was very firm about was that intelligence, and I absolutely agree with it, intelligence needs to inform the planning cycle, and it needs to be utilized to actually identify what our appropriate response is.
And he assigned you the specific responsibility to ensure that appropriate intelligence were collected and disseminated to the planning team.
That is correct.
And so that would have been your duty as of around when? When do you recall that first discussion with Mr. Slowly took place?
So again, I don't have a specific date, but it would have been in and around the week of the 20th. I'm not sure the specific date of it.
Okay. Now, was a threat assessment eventually completed by the intelligence unit?
Yes, it was.
I want to take you to a threat assessment that the Commission has received, and the document number is OPS 404039. Now, looking at the first cover page, this is a document completed by Sergeant Chris Keys, am I correct?
That's correct.
It is dated January 28th, but the title is Freedom Convoy, Ottawa, January 29th, 2022. Is that right?
That is correct.
And is the title date January 29th because it was initially expected that the events would start on the 29th?
That's correct, yes.
But this version was completed on the 28th, right?
Correct, and it's version 4, so there's been iterations of this as more intelligence has been received, gathered, and analyzed.
Right. And I understand from earlier witnesses' testimony that that week in particular was a very fluid and dynamic week. Lots of things happened.
That is correct.
In any event, we have reached now the 28th, and this is the threat assessment. I'd like to take you to page 3. If we take a look at the second paragraph, can we enlarge
Yes, please.
the screen a little bit?
Thank you.
Thank you. So you see that in the second paragraph starts with the most likely police matter at this time will be the vast number of vehicles on the area roads. The convoy will be able to stop and effectively shut down movement if they desire. That's the understanding as of the 28th, right?
That is correct.
And if we go down the page to the very bottom, the last sentence in bold says, these conditions create grounds for passionate emotions. And those conditions refer to the sentiment of the truckers.
Sorry, I'm just reading the paragraph.
Yes. Take your time.
Okay, we've been listening live to Interim Ottawa Police Chief Steve Bell testifying at the Public Order Emergency Commission hearings in Ottawa. We'll continue to dip into those testimonies and hearings today throughout the day.